guys, how's it going today? So, it's a little bit cooler out than it was yesterday. I sure did miss yesterday. Yesterday was 30 above out and stuff, so it was a lot nicer. Today I think it only got in the low 20s. Right now I think it's about 15, because now the sun's, you know, gone. So, but it's not windy out, so that's kind of the main thing, is that it's not windy out. Unfortunately, they are talking, I think it's supposed to be a couple days of a cool down, and then a slight warm up for another day or two, and then back to cold, and then it's supposed to bring a snowstorm system through. Sounds like most of it's going to be down by the Twin Cities, so they're supposed to get up to about a foot, and then they're saying for this area about 1 to 3 inches. They're claiming that it's a fast-moving system, so or they think it's going to be a fast-moving system, so I don't know. But it sounds like most of it's supposed to miss us, so it's just a good thing. 1 to 3 inches, I think I can deal with that. It's not really too much of a problem as long as it's not wet. And but down south, they're supposed to get up to a foot. That's quite a bit. If they were calling for a foot here, I'd probably have to go out probably every couple of hours, you know, just to keep up with it. Because if you have to plow a foot, it's way too much. That's too hard on the 4-wheeler. Learned that the hard way from when I first bought the plow. Waited to the end and I was like, yeah, I can't do anything with this. This is bullshit. So I had to start going out every now and then. If you had a snow blower, you could wait to the bitter end and then go blow it, but you can't do that with a blade. You gotta go out every once in a while. That's why I like blowers better. So, but anyways, my ear tags and my tools here showed up. I will put the link below to the stuff and to the company that I bought them from, if I remember. So, these are the ear tags. Actually, some air in this. This is kind of interesting. I think this is Richie or something. Right here. You can see that okay. These are the ones that you have to engrave yourself with an engraving tool. I guess you can see the guy's holding a... You guys can see that he's holding a Dremel tool there. And what's actually kind of nice, well, this is the bag that it comes in, and you get, I believe, 25 dual colored tags, made in the USA. Can't say they're actually made in the USA. It would be nice if they were. These are more... These are the livestock ID tags. What's nice is that on the back here, you can't see the back now, but they have instructions on how to use them, and what to do with them, whatever, and whatnot. So, I got them in the color white and black. Okay? And you've probably already seen that. Actually, where should I... Maybe right here. I don't want to cut the instructions, because I'm actually going to want that for a later date. I probably didn't have to cut them all the way, but whatever. So, yeah, put that there. So these are the white tags, obviously, like I said. And I've had these now since noon. The mailman showed up, obviously. Now they're warm because they've been in the house. So they're white. Okay, well, when you start engraving, you know, with a Dremel tool, you can see it's kind of like a triple layer. You got the white layer, and then you got a black layer, and then you got another white layer. You engrave until you hit the black layer. Okay, which that's probably going to be kind of hard for you guys to see, but there's a little skinny black layer there. and you engrave. You take your Dremel tool and you would engrave. You would slowly dig into that a little bit, and these are more obviously more permanent. Most people around here anyway, you know, from what I've seen, they've always used the ones where you have to write, you know, the number down with a permanent marker. Well, even with a permanent marker, they still fade after a while. So it's not a real permanent solution. And then these are, these are the, you know, obviously the other half of the tag. This is actually obviously this is what would go through the cow's ear. So, and they come in white too, which is nice. So, I think there's only one package of these, which, you know, there should still be enough in there. Now, I can't get them. I know you guys are going to say, well, did you need 25? No, I don't need 25. Problem being is that they don't make them any smaller than a 25 pack. So, if they would have made a 5 pack or a 10 pack, I would have been alright with them, but 25, whatever. So, that's pretty much it. I mean, there's nothing fancy about them. I will probably pull out a couple of these anyway, closer to spring. I think that's when my calf probably should start calving. Depending on what she has, a boy or a girl. If it's a girl, I'm going to keep it. She's going to get one of these little tags in her ear. And if it's a male, I'm not going to tag it because I'm not keeping the male, so I'm not going to waste my time. I'm just going to do whatever with them and get rid of them. But that's the tag. Okay. You know, these are, I don't know if they came in different sizes. I think they did. But I'm not sure. But anyways, they sold other kind of tags. These are for cattle. I'm sure you can use them for any other things, but you know, white. So they also make the electronic kind, which basically what it is it's a round disc. It would obviously go through the ear just like an ordinary tag would go through. And then you would have this wand that would kind of read a number off it. And then you would put that into your computer or whatever. It's supposed to be faster and more reliable, I guess. But I didn't do that because our operation is never going to be that big that I need to go with electronics. These are more than enough. I didn't know what color I was going to get them in because I want to do different colors from what my uncle has. My uncle's got a cow that's got a yellow tag, and then the other cow that my uncle has, one has a green tag and the other one has a yellow tag. Mine had a yellow tag, but she ripped it out. So, since she's my cow, I'm going to do my own tagging. And I'm also going to tag the calf too if it's a girl. And so it's going to get one of these. They said the best time to tag is obviously when they're first born. So that's why I'm going to wait until after my cow calves, so then I can do them both at the same time and be done with it. They say to do the calves when they're first born because obviously they can't walk, really. And it's going to be really easy for us anyway because when we have calves, they go into the barn so we can keep a closer eye on them. So, yeah. This wasn't cheap. This was 25. It was 25 to 35. I can't remember exactly, but it was somewhere in that price range. pretty expensive, but you know, I think they're going to last a lot longer. And I did buy another tool. Obviously, you need a tool to go with these. And that is obviously the tool. And I actually kind of already cut into this by mistake, but I don't think it was ever opened here. So when you when you order something from them, they'll recommend another item that will work with that item. So like I bought these ear tags, so they were suggesting a couple, well, 2 or 3 different kind of, you know, taggers. I didn't really know what to get. I think this was the more expensive one here. Not 100% sure. I'll put the link to that too. It's not like I really needed a fancy thing. I think this one was just meant more for speed. And this thing looks like it's been through the freaking washing machine like a million times. It's not orange. Ah, whatever. So they said this is supposed to be, stuff doesn't come off. This has the flip up loader, so you put the tag would go in here, and then the piercing part would go in this part, and then it locks. But I think this one was designed to where, obviously, when you go to put this in the cow's ear, you know, and you pierce the ear, obviously they're going to fight. So I think they designed this one to where if it should get kind of away from you, instead of ripping the ear, this kind of just, you know, kind of lets go a little bit, even though it's kind of tight. Spring-loaded gizmo. But I'm supposed to have a, oh, there we go. Okay. So yeah, I mean, it's nothing fancy. I think this one would be a little bit better for in the cold because it's not stainless steel. They did offer a stainless steel one too. I was like, yeah, but if you're working with cattle in cold weather, I don't think you exactly want to be touching something that's freezing cold. Like I'm touching my vise, extremely cold, right? Now this isn't, of course it's been in the house, mind you, but this is kind of like a plastic. Plastic don't get quite as cold as steel. So, made in the USA. There's one thing I wanted to find out, and since we're here, I guess I can do it. But that's the tagging equipment. I ain't done yet. Yeah, I know I'm not done yet. Well, you just can't put these into the cow's ear, not without some major problems. You also need what's that thing called? Well, it's that stuff to where you dip this into the water, like it's water based, and it's supposed to stop the ears from getting infected. I think I know what I'm doing wrong here. So I have to order some of that stuff so my cow's ears don't get infected. Well, to read the instructions because for some reason I'm having a hell of a time here. How that can be an issue, I don't know. So but yeah, so I guess it's just supposed to slip in there a little. I guess a little something like that. Yeah, a little something like that. So, and then I guess it can just go in there. A little something like that. And then you put in the other thing here. And then you're supposed to line them up. Obviously make sure they fit. That's what it does, obviously. And then in it goes. The problem is I actually got to remember that it's got to go this way. I think. That's come out. Damn it, don't come out. No. But yeah, what's nice about these tags is that they're double-sided, so obviously you can do it on both sides. So there goes the vehicle. So I guess a little something like that, because I'm probably going to try to reuse her right ear. The one that she had originally, she originally had a tag in there, but she ripped it out. But I think the ear is still good, so I may just have to move it over a couple inches, and I should be able to put that right back into her. So it's not supposed to go in the other way. No, can't go in that way. It only goes in one way. So telling me this would probably be on the outside of the cow's ear, facing towards us. That's what I can see. I guess here in the picture, it kind of, you know, the way I have it loaded right now is the correct way. Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter, I suppose. So basically, it shows like that. So telling me this would be the side with this black bulge on it, that would be out towards us. So I'll have to remember that when it comes time to tag, or to engrave. But so a little something like that, and then just don't forget to put your other little piece on there, and then right into the ear it goes. But we have to get the cleaning, well, not cleaning, distance. Well, it's so the cow doesn't get an ear infection when you stab her with this. So I don't think they sold any, but I may have to see if I can find it online somewhere or double check. But that's the engraving tool, and they say that this is supposed to lock up. Well, there's a little black tab here. Squeeze it and then push that in, and then it's supposed to lock. And to unlock it, you just squeeze it some more. The spring looks like it's okay quality. I don't know why it looks like it's been run through a washing machine, but it does. It sure in the hell don't look like this nice bright orange. But whatever. It'll work. It'll work good enough. I ain't gonna care about the color too much. So that's pretty much it. I got the ear tagging tool. And then I got some tags. So, oh come on, really? There we go. Okay. So there you go. I could have probably gotten a cheaper one or something, but this will be all right, I think. It's made by Ytex. They got a website too, ytex.com. Yeah, it's got a quick release pin there. So, rugged, quick release, fast application for all of the YTP. Well, it's supposed to be for their tags, but that'll work for these. So I got the tag, or the tagger, and then you're gonna go in there. No, so far they're gonna go. Whatever. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So I got the tool. The tagging tool. Okay, this wasn't cheap either. This was like $25, $22. And then their shipping and handling is a little expensive. Now I paid for the shipping and handling was I think it was $16, $17. It was a lot. But damn good shipping. I mean, it got here within like 4 days. It's about the same as Northern Tool. You pay a lot for their shipping, and then you get stuff within like 4 days. Whereas Harbor Freight takes forever. So, but Harbor Freight has good deals on stuff too, right? So, So yeah, so I got that, and then I got the these ear tags. So made in the USA. So yeah, and like I said, you can do both sides. They also sell the little bits, because you need you probably don't need a certain kind of bit, but you need some kind of a bit that will kind of grind through this. I don't think my toolkit came with one. I think it did, but I think it was too small. So they sell them as well for like $10 a piece. There's like 2 different sizes or something, but yeah. Kind of looks like these things were just made black and then they just dipped it in like some white paint, pretty much. It feels good, but you know, we'll see. So I got 25 of those. I didn't need 25, but that's just a small package they sell them in. Like I said, I got these because I seen a YouTube video on these from another rancher that uses these. It makes a mess when you grind through this. It makes a hell of a mess. So doing that will have to be done in the shop, not in the house. I mean, you can do it in the house, but you better make sure your wife or your mother's not home, because she won't be happy. So for me, I'll probably just do it in the shop. My cow shouldn't calf probably not until close to spring. So, well, there'll probably still be some snow on the ground. But it's telling me, I mean, the time she should have her calf, it shouldn't be this cold anymore. It should definitely be a little warmer than this. If it would get 30 above out, I wouldn't have a problem being out here then. So, yeah. So, I guess they've been making these since 1964. That's kind of a long time. Didn't really even hear about them. RichieTags.com. RichieTags.com. They have many different colors, and you can get them depending on what color you get them in. It'll also change the color of where you grind. So like for me, like I said, I got a white tag, but when I start engraving a number, the number will turn out black. You can get it in quite a few different colors. But like I said, I wanted to run a different color from what my uncle's using, because I wanted to keep my cows separate, so I know who's who. And I know AJ was saying, I think it was AJ anyway. I don't know if AJ's into cattle. I thought he said that they were, but then they kind of got out of it. I don't remember. But he was saying something about this anyway, that these are obviously a pain in the ass to install. Mostly because the cows want to fight, because they don't want their ear pierced and they don't like it. So, well, here's the thing. We have 2 ways of doing this. Well, technically there's 3, but the third one I can't really do because that would take time away from the young guy. So, there's 2 ways we could do this in the barn. One is we can tie her up so she can't run away. We'll have to put her in a small pen or something, and then tie her up so she can't run away or kick somebody. And then another option would be, which is probably the route I'm going to go anyway because it's just a lot easier, is there's these wooden things. It's almost like a fence, but it's not. Right now we're just using them to feed hay. But basically what it is you got 2 boards, like this. The cow would sneak her head through, and then the one board would actually kind of collapse so you could push it onto her neck. So then she basically couldn't back out. You can make your own. I've seen a farmer, well, not a farmer, but a small time, even smaller than us, farmer, they made one themselves. Now, they're no longer on YouTube. They closed their channel down because they're fed up with YouTube apparently not paying them. But, so, you can make your own. How efficient they are, not too sure. But I know that we have those very same things in our barn because I think back in the day, my grandpa, he had some cattle, but I think he also had a few dairy cows, and I think that's how he would milk them. And to get them inside there, you'd obviously have to put a pail of feed down or something that they can, so you can trick them. And then you would jab that board into their neck so that they can't back out. Either somebody would have to hold it, or you'd have to make up some kind of a tie to hold it. I don't know if it would stay on its own, unless you put a bolt in the bottom and you got it nice and tight, which could be an option too. I think there probably is a bolt in there, but it's loose. So basically, when he had cattle, that's how he'd do it. I'm pretty sure that's how he'd do it. And then you could milk them, and then they wouldn't back out, or they couldn't back out, and they couldn't go forward because the wall would be there. They can't go left or the right because obviously they got the boards there. So they're basically just trapped there. And we also have anchors in the walls to where you can tie a rope to it, and you can tie it around the cow or whatever, and then just get it real nice and tight so they can't move. I'm allowed to go with the board because it'd be quicker. So basically, what I was going to do is if I could get her head in the board and lock her in there, I would go to the other end and I'd crawl in there. It's going to be kind of a tight fit for my fat ass, but I'm going to have to try. Crawl in there, dip the thing in that cleaner stuff, disinfect it, crap, whatever, and then crawl in there, and then grab her ear, make sure I don't stab it in the wrong place. They show here, even here, how to do it. So you got to look for the two something ribs in her ear. Can't remember what they call it now. I don't think it says here. It doesn't say. It shows, but it doesn't say. So, but there's something in their ear. There's like two rib-shaped like things, and you want to go in between them. It shows here in the picture. And then you can obviously make sure you don't hit any blood vessels as well. So it's going to be interesting to do this for the first time myself, but what are you going to do? They got an email address? That's weird. I doubt they ever check it. So, but yeah, we will have to try and tag her. I don't think that tag that was in her ear the last time was in very far, because they recommend to put it in like halfway-ish. I think to her it was kind of more out, so I think that's kind of another reason why I got stuck on the fence, because it was too far out. It shows here you got kind of like a lot of distance you can work with, but they always say to put it in the middle, so less likely of them getting, it getting caught on something. So I'm going to try to reuse her ear where it's ripped. I'm just going to probably move it up a couple inches, and then jab it in. So, but there's no going back. Once it's in, it's in. So hopefully I get it right the first time. I'm sure I will. I've seen enough YouTube videos on it. It's always going to be scary when you do something for the very first time. So it's going to be probably very nerve-wracking to do it. But after a couple of cows, you'll get used to it and you'll get better at it and whatnot. So yeah. So that's pretty much what I got. I doubt I'll ever probably be doing a video on actually putting these in, because I'm sure my uncle will be involved and he doesn't like being on camera all that much. So unless I get some like hidden cameras, like I buy those glasses that got the camera built in them. That could be an option too, but they're expensive, especially if you want a good pair. So, yeah, that's what I got right there. Got some ear tags. You can engrave on those with a Dremel tool. And then I got the tagger tool. And if you want to know what the third option was, which I didn't tell you earlier, for tagging my cow, the third option would be for the young guy to come and get it, and we take it back to his place, take the cow back to his place, run her through the chute, unless he can bring the chute here somehow, I don't know, but other than that, you know, there's only those two options, like I said, basically in the barn. Tie her up or lock her in with the boards. Because the young guy's, you know, I don't want to bother him. You know, he's got enough of his own crap to deal with. He doesn't need to deal with any more of ours. So, time to start doing some things on our own. And I don't know if my uncle would ever be comfortable doing this. So, he'll probably have me do it, I suppose. I don't know. But if he wants them done, I'll have to order a different set. Because, like I said, the white ones are just going to be for me, and then my uncle can run the ones that he's running now, which is yellow and green. Unless he just wants to stick with yellow, I don't know, but that's what he's got. So, and then I can put them in for him, I guess. But he'll have to keep track of his own. You know. So, that's pretty much it. That's what I ordered. Just the tags, and then the, what do they call this damn thing, the tagger, applicator, whatever. So many damn names for one tool, it's unreal. So, but like I said, next time I have to order that liquid stuff, and then I need to order, what else did I need to order? Oh, and I might have to order that bit too. So, that drilling bit. Now, there was something that I read about this. Now, I just remembered. I don't remember if these are supposed to have a spare Dewey in them. It doesn't look like this one's supposed to have a spare Dewey. Because I think over time, one of these things breaks or something, and you have to replace them. It's spring loaded. I thought it was this thing, but it's supposed to be. It could have been in a different tool because I don't see a spare doohickey here, unless it's hidden. Could be hidden. I don't know. Whatever. So yeah, got it locked. So that's what I got. So at least we can do a couple more things on our own. Or for me anyway. If you're going to get into the cattle business, you just kind of have to learn to start doing stuff on your own and not rely on other people. You know. So, I mean, if he would be willing to come and do it, that's fine. But even if the young guy wanted to do it, he'd have to use my tags. Because it has to be tagged with my tag, so I know who the hell's who. He can't go stab one of his own in because I'm not going to be able to tell. So, yeah, but that's what I ordered, and then order a couple more things, I guess next month or something. So yeah, alright guys, I'm taking off, so I guess have a good day and stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching guys, take her easy.